From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. We're tracking the exit of one storm system and the arrival of another storm system that's going to bring us some impacts over the next 48 hours. We'll have a lot more to say about that, but for now, it is dry within our region. Temperatures are cold down into the 30s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, 30s and 40s for the lower Columbia Basin, and we're in the 40s for the Blue Foothills, down into the 20s and 30s for the mountains, so you might be dealing with a little bit of frost up that way for this morning. Okay, here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket stuff for this morning. A little bit later today, light jacket weather, and then maybe introducing that raincoat as we head into the late evening. That's when some of those showers could start to impact the lower Columbia Basin. So for today, highs up into the 50s. We'll have overcast skies. Snow is going to be likely in the Cascades by this afternoon, but we could have some showers into the Kittitas or Yakima Valleys by the late afternoon. Also, we have a first alert weather day from Friday through Sunday. So this is a couple storm systems away. Friday through Sunday up in the Cascades could have 18 inches plus of snow for US 2, US 12, and I-90. So definitely some big impacts on the way. I'll have more to say about these storm systems coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, the human remains found in Franklin County have been identified, and this has now sparked a homicide investigation. What we know so far.
And a lawsuit against one sheriff's office in Washington alleging it's illegally helping federal officials with immigration enforcement. With the details on the suit filed by the state attorney general.
Also coming up, concerns are rising after the stock market takes the worst one-day plunge it's had in nearly 3 years. Some economists saying the U.S. could be headed into a recession. We have all the details coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, March 11th.
And we have a lot to get to this morning, so we want to start with a follow-up. A homicide investigation is now underway after human remains were found in rural Franklin County. The sheriff's office has identified the remains as 30-year-old Jaziel Jimenez Caballero of Pasco.
Yeah, officials say the remains were found back on October 6th of 2024. The last time Caballero was seen was in the early morning hours of May 30th, 2023 near downtown Pasco. According to officials, Caballero's death is considered a homicide. Franklin County Sheriff's Office now asking for any information that someone might have surrounding this case as they continue their investigation.
Washington Attorney General Nick Brown announces a lawsuit against Adams County alleging the sheriff's office is illegally working with federal officials on immigration enforcement. Now, according to the lawsuit, the Adams County Sheriff's Office is holding people in custody based on immigration status. It also says deputies are helping federal officials with questioning and giving them confidential information. AG Brown says these practices violate the state's Keep Washington Working Act, which prohibits local law enforcement from assisting federal officials in enforcing federal immigration law. Brown says the lawsuit calls on the sheriff's office to obey the state law. And an investigation is underway after a fire damaged or destroyed 4 Tesla Cybertrucks in Seattle Sunday night. The cars were parked in a fenced storage lot for electric vehicles. A special Seattle Fire Department team was on scene to help combat any potential fire hazards from the cars, lithium-ion batteries, and the cause of the fire is under investigation at this time. The incident comes amid a string of protests against Tesla and its CEO Elon Musk over his role in the Trump administration, and also the firings of thousands of federal workers.
5:04, and a new pizza spot in Kennewick is serving up slices at lightning speed, and it's just in time for that high school lunch rush. Pizza Speedway revolves around the idea of promising a whole pizza in under 3 minutes. The idea all came from Chuck Slater, who is also the owner of Little Firehouse Coffee. Well, Slater wanted to offer his customers something more after he retired from the fire department, and he decided to take his passion for food to the next level. And he says it was really fun coming up with the idea of the name.
What kind of name would go with a business that could cook a fast pizza? And at first it was Pizza Raceway, and Raceway Pizza, and then I just kept working with it and then actually looking at the patent office to see what names were available. And Pizza Speedway was available.
And there it was, Pizza Speedway, open 10:30 to 8 Monday through Friday, 11 to 8 on the weekends. It is also the only pizza place in the Tri-Cities with a drive-through.
The Kraken Game of the Week, sponsored by Yakima Federal.
Seattle Kraken dominating in Philadelphia, securing a 4-1 win over the Flyers on Saturday night and completing the season sweep. But the real story, goaltender Philip Gruber's stellar return to NHL action after more than a month in the minors. Here's our Dan Hansen with more.
Grubauer made 23 saves, earning his first NHL victory since December 30th. The veteran goaltender, who was placed on waivers in January and sent down to Coachella Valley, looked sharp in his return, stopping every shot after the first period.
Yeah, tough to get into it a little bit, to be honest. Haven't played in a long time in this league, so it's definitely a different pace, different game up here than it is down there, but guys helped me out a ton, blocked a lot of shots, so happy to be back, happy to get the win.
The Kraken took control late in the second period. Matty Beniers broke the deadlock with his 15th goal of the season.
Harry's out in front, step attempt, score! Matty Beniers breaks the tie!
And just 41 seconds later, Chandler Stevenson struck with a shorthanded breakaway, putting Seattle firmly in command. Brandon Montour sealed the win with a one-timer early in the third. Seattle's penalty kill was lights out, shutting down all 5 Philadelphia power plays, while the team remained perfect when leading after 2 periods, improving to 14-0 in that scenario. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And next up for the Kraken, they return home to face the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow, and that'll be at Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, pregame is at 7 right here on Apple Valley News Now.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, concerns are rising after the stock market takes the worst one-day plunge in almost 3 years. And some economists are saying the U.S. could be heading into a recession. We have all the details coming up in your national news.
And giving you that live look outside this morning, it is 5:07 on your Tuesday, and we are taking a look from our Bi-Mart cam in Yakima. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back after the break with a look at your forecast.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings of up to 60% off.
Beat the buzzer, these prices won't last long.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun! It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of him. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
At Fred's, discover the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. Introducing the new Electrolux 700 Series Alpine Green Washer and Dryer, the industry exclusive 2 ways to sanitize. Remove bacteria and sanitize your way with the Cold Sanitize option, paired with Lysol Laundry Sanitizer, or use the NSF Certified Hot Sanitize setting, the most efficient washer on the market. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
The new Tempur-Pedic Breeze helps you sleep cooler. So no more nocturnal baking or polar ice cap air conditioner mode, because the Tempur-Pedic Breeze delivers all-night cooling.
Mattress Depot USA.
Mom?
Jeremy, hi.
Get out of my studio.
This is your boss? Criminals run record labels to launder money. You're putting yourself in danger.
Trent,
Will, I really need your help.
where are you?
You Will Trent, tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
The 3 Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a temperature tour for this morning. We start off in Kittitas County. These lows down into the 20s and 30s, 27 for Snoqualmie Pass, 37 in Ellensburg, 37 for Vantage, and we'll just have to fill in the gaps for Cle Elum as that temperature sensor has been out now for the past few days or so. Down into the Yakima Valley, temperatures in the 30s, mid to upper 30s. It looks like most of us above freezing, and then we'll take it down to the lower Columbia Basin, where we're in the 30s and 40s. 35 for Connell, 43 for the Tri-Cities, 41 in Benton City. All of us above freezing here. Looks like all of us above freezing in the Blue Foothills with 30s and 40s, but some of us below freezing in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, Cabbage Hill and Ukiah being technically 1 degree below freezing. Okay, here's your day planner for lower elevations. It's going to be an overcast day, and it's going to be a mostly dry day, although we will have a chance for some showers in the valleys, mainly around 2, 3, 4 p.m., but that is a low-end chance. So for today, another mostly seasonal day out there. Winds gusting out of the south and west upwards of 20, 25 miles per hour for the Blues, for the Basin, and also up in the Cascades. Snow is going to be likely in the Cascades by this afternoon, and that will continue as we head into tonight. Snow is going to be likely in the mountains, but rain at this point will be likely in both the Basin and in the Blue Foothills. Winds still gusting out of the south and west, and overnight lows dropping down into the 30s and 40s. But I'll time out the arrival of this rain and snow. I'll tell you how much we're expecting, and also I'll preview several follow-up storm systems on top of that. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. 5 minutes after 11 in your national headlines this morning, President Trump's tariffs seem to be causing some confusion and concern on Wall Street. The Dow plunging at nearly 900 points yesterday, the worst one-day plunge in nearly 3 years. It all comes as some new tariffs on steel and aluminum are set to go into effect tomorrow. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the details.
This morning, President Trump brushing off concerns after the stock market dropped by almost 900 points on Monday. It's the biggest sell-off all year after Trump refused to rule out the possibility being raised by some economists that the U.S. could be heading into a recession.
If the U.S. imposes tariffs to the degree that the president has been talking about and maintains them for more than a few months, I think a recession will be unavoidable.
It comes after President Trump launched a trade war with several of our closest trading partners, Mexico, Canada, and China, imposing stiff tariffs and threatening more to come. On Wednesday, tariffs on steel and aluminum are set to go into effect, which could mean that by Memorial Day, Americans will be paying more for everything from washing machines and toasters to canned goods and cars. Brian Boggs owns a small business in Asheville, North Carolina, and explained the impact on his business.
You know, we're all used to uncertainty, but this is a mess.
Some House Republicans praised the tariffs, claiming that Trump is supercharging the economy by bringing back American jobs.
Everybody relax, it's going to be okay.
But Elon Musk's comments about Social Security and Medicare are also drawing scrutiny, suggesting they may be key targets for spending cuts.
The way it's important in entitlement spending, which is most of the federal spending is entitlements.
Democrats pouncing, saying Musk's comments prove Social Security is under attack and at risk. Supporters say Musk was referring only to the waste and fraud within those programs.
It is not something we could ever support. House Democrats will not be complicit in the Republican effort to hurt the American people.
Overnight, President Trump shared on social media that he plans to buy a brand new Tesla as a show of confidence for billionaire Elon Musk after Tesla's stock dropped nearly 15% yesterday. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, we'll check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He'll have your full first alert forecast to give you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart cam in Yakima. He's going to break down what you can expect as we make our way through the week. We're back after the break.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row. Every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. Or get 60 months, no interest. Shop today and save during the wall-to-wall sale only at Furniture Row.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Give me Some Bagels.
At Consumer Reports,
we're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
It's the 30th anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. And that means 30% off all Doctor's Choice mattresses. Check out the Colorado Twin for only $149.99 or score 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the 30th anniversary sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have a lot of active weather over the next 48 plus hours, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Light snow showers arrive in the Cascades around lunchtime, and rain showers could trickle down into the valleys and basin during the mid to late afternoon, and that's around the same time that snow could start to pick up in the Cascades. Snow will stay likely in the Cascades throughout the night, with small rain chances continuing throughout the night for the valleys, and rain arrives in the Blue Foothills by the mid-evening. Then rain becomes likely in the basin and foothills around midnight. It's also around midnight in which rain and snow will become likely in the Blue Mountains. We'll kind of hold on to that scene through the morning on Wednesday, but around midday, shower chances will also pick up for the valleys. Deeper into the afternoon, we can't rule out some rumbles of thunder in the basin, foothills, or Blues. Snow will stay likely all throughout the night on Wednesday night in the Cascades, with a rain-snow mix likely for our Blue Mountain passes, and rain chances will also stay elevated for the basin and foothills, but the valleys will dry out a bit closer to midnight. And as more cold air starts to flow into our area, snow levels will drop. This means snow could start mixing in with rain in the Blue Foothills, specifically near Lexington and Morrow County, and that would also be around midnight. And a wintry mix is also possible in the Kittitas Valley, but this would be into the wee hours of the morning on Thursday. So here's some of the snowfall totals that we're expecting from around lunchtime today to the wee hours of the morning on Thursday. Maybe upwards of 6 inches for some of our Cascade passes, and probably less than a couple of inches for our Blue Mountain passes. But then we have additional storm systems, one into Thursday and Friday, one for Wednesday and Thursday, one for Friday and Saturday, and one for Sunday and Monday. So that's the breakdown over the next 7 days. Here's additional snowfall we're expecting for Thursday, 4+ inches of snow for a Cascade passes, a couple inches for a Blue Mountain passes. But then into Friday and Saturday, this is likely going to be prime time for these storm systems. A foot plus of snow for a Cascade passes, 4 to 7 inches for a Blue Mountain passes, and then for Sunday and Monday, perhaps another 8+ inches of snow for a Cascade passes, another 2 to 4 inches for a Blue Mountain mountain passes. High temperatures staying fairly seasonal over the next 7 days. So you kind of get the gist. It's seasonal, it's active. We're going to have tough pass travel. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain and even some storms likely Wednesday, drier Thursday and Friday, but wet weather picks up again Saturday and Sunday. In Yakima, rain likely tomorrow and rain likely again this weekend as winds pick up. In Ellensburg, rain likely Wednesday, a rain-snow mix possible Thursday and Friday, then rain likely again for Saturday and Sunday as winds become a factor again. Then in Hermiston, rain and even a few rumbles of thunder for Wednesday, drier later this week, but wet again by this weekend. Then in Walla Walla, rain and storms likely Wednesday and Thursday, a break for Friday, but back into the action this weekend. Now you're taking a live look at Yakima, this view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great phone and the right phone plan for you. You can get 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
That's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
Because you get both.
US Cellular, built for us.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
2025 is your year to start a new business, and the City of Pasco is here to help. We have newly updated commercial kitchen space and vendor windows available at the Pasco Specialty Kitchen downtown. Mobile food vendors, we've made it faster and easier than ever to get permits and connect with customers, thanks to new citywide regulations for food trucks and hand carts. Visit pasco-wa.gov for more information and join the thriving Pasco community. Naturally transformative.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings on premium mattress sets.
Like $99 for each piece on any size mattress.
Or $5.99 for a king-size Sealy plush mattress.
Even a queen-size Sealy plush mattress for $3.99.
Beat the buzzer. With crazy prices like this, they won't last long.
Get here before Markdown Madness ends March 31st.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is your destination for endless excitement, fun, and thrilling wins. Gear up to win a brand new Toyota Tacoma this March. Join us every Friday and Saturday to spin the wheel for your share of $10,000 cash and prizes. It's a 4x4 Fortune grand prize drawing on March 29th with 4 spins, 4 winners, and 1 new Tacoma. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Celebrate 3 decades of fun.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us. It's a free ride, but I already paid.
Spring skiing at 2 Idaho ski areas. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
5:23. Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news this morning, former talk show host Wendy Williams has been sent to the hospital for an evaluation.
And that's according to New York police, and the NYPD has also confirmed that officers conducted a wellness check on Williams at the senior living facility where she's been living.
Williams has a court-appointed guardian that has been in charge of both her finances and health since May 2022. In recent months, the 60-year-old has been in an ongoing legal battle to end the conservatorship.
In 2023, Williams' guardian revealed that she had been diagnosed with dementia. However, in recent months, Williams has disputed that diagnosis.
And on a radio show in January, Williams said she feels like she's in prison with older people at that assisted living facility, and she also alleged that she doesn't know what medications the facility is giving her.
Well, former First Lady Michelle Obama is jumping back into the podcast world. According to her production company, the podcast will be called IMO, which is short for In My Opinion.
And she'll host it with her older brother, basketball executive Craig Robinson, not to be confused with The Office's Craig Robinson, because we got a little confused yesterday. But Michelle Obama says they are launching the podcast to allow people to have, quote, thoughtful conversations about life. And some of the guests expected on the podcast will include director Tyler Perry and actors Seth Rogen and Issa Rae.
The first 2 episodes will be released tomorrow. Michelle Obama first released a podcast back in 2020.
And the popular reality TV show that helped thrust Donald Trump into the national spotlight is now streaming exclusively on Amazon Prime. Amazon will stream the first 7 seasons of The Apprentice.
The reality show debuted in 2004 and aired about 200 episodes in the United States. It involved 16 candidates who took on various challenges for a $250,000 salary as an apprentice at the Trump Organization.
The first season hit the platform yesterday. A new season will be added every week.
Now, rapper Doechii, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
I think that's how you say it.
Okay, Doechii has been named Billboard's 2025 Woman of the Year. Quite a feat.
Yeah, Doechii has skyrocketed in popularity with her hits No Scrubs and Denial is a River, which peaked at number 21 on the Hot 100. Now, in January, she won her first Grammy for her 2024 album Alligator Bites Never Heal, and that was in the Best Rap Album category.
I need to know the story behind that title, the album title.
That's scary.
Well, that made her the third woman in the award show's history to win the honor. Doechii has had 5 songs chart on the Billboard Hot 100.
And Billboard's 2025 Women in Music event will air live on Vizio and Watch Free Plus on March 29th.
All right, 5:26. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. My alma mater, the Richland Bombers, making history in Tacoma, fighting for the 4A state championship title.
And they did this by placing first as a team. And we have that story of their victory coming up in our next half hour.
Kraken Canadians. Pre-game at 7 o'clock Wednesday on Apple Valley News Now.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
It's the wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row, and that means every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. Find sofas in super soft velvet to stylish, sophisticated lounging, dining groups with gorgeous planked detailing to contemporary two-toned finishes, sleek beds with practical storage, to traditional style with casual touches. Save 30% on all Doctor's Choice mattresses, or get 60 months no interest. Shop today and save during the wall-to-wall sale only at Furniture Row.
Start 2025 off right with a custom building from Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds. Cozy up to 10% off custom buildings. Need something right away? Get 20% off all in-stock inventory. It's the perfect time to create the space you've always wanted, with free, fast delivery and quality that'll stand up to the chilliest winter days. Whether it's for storage, hobbies, or just making room for your New Year goals, visit Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds and Sunnyside Shed Company today.
To see if you qualify for Hanford Worker Compensation, please call Smart Law for a free consultation at 509-735-5555. Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses, including neurological, respiratory and heart conditions, cancers, and beryllium-related disorders. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Call Smart Law at 509-735-5555 for Hanford Worker Compensation. Smart Law, smart choice.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
There was a drive-by at the shelter. James was shot. It's really bad.
What happened?
There's a motive we need to explore. Jealousy.
Officer Nolan saw your husband kissing Kylie Thomas.
GMA's gigantic Girl Scout cookie sale is about to happen live on Good Morning America. Girl Scouts from across the country coming together to take over morning TV. It's the epic live event that's sweeter than a Samoa, or if you prefer, Thin Mints. Wednesday on Good Morning America.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, 3-degree guarantee, jackpot going up.
It went up, and we hit another pretty critical threshold. We're up to $200 now for the jackpot. That's exciting stuff. That means we've gotten it right 8 days in a row. So here is
you've gotten it right. Jessica and I have done nothing.
Trying to make it a team effort, guys.
Emotional support.
Yeah. So 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. So I went with a forecast high of 58 yesterday in Pasco Tri-Cities and a verified at 59. So yes, now the jackpot is up to $200. So for today, I'm going with a forecast high of 57 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 54 to 60, the jackpot's going to go up to $225. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that is on your screen. Okay, now what's on your screen is us just kind of sandwiched in between two storm systems right now. So everything's dry within our viewing area for the time being, but we will be tracking the arrival of some more showers as we head into the afternoon. And then the action is really going to ramp up for tonight and then into tomorrow. Right now, temperatures down into the 30s for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, 30s and 40s for the lower Columbia Basin, 40s for the Blue Foothills, and 20s and 30s in the Blue Mountains and in the Cascades. So I'm thinking for lower elevations, it's just too warm to see any frost out there for this morning. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today. For the Tri-Cities, a mostly cloudy day, but high temperatures still going to be seasonal for early to middle March. So we'll end up, lower elevation spots going to end up in the 50s. Pretty cloudy across the board, and we will have the chance for some showers in the valleys as we head into this afternoon, but I think the basin and foothills keep it dry for today. It's going to be a different story for tonight. But speaking of today, I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:32, and federal budget proposals have Washington lawmakers concerned after learning that access to free food for hundreds of thousands of students across the state could be cut. Albert James shows us what's being considered.
Student nutrition advocacy groups have raised concerns about the federal government cutting funding for school food programs. The School Nutrition Association says $660 million in funding from the USDA's Local Food for Schools program has been terminated, hurting efforts to get healthy, locally produced foods to schools and child care providers. The organization is also warning of proposed cuts to the community eligibility provision, which provides free school meals to all students at schools with high poverty levels. They say Congress is considering raising the eligibility threshold from 25% school poverty to 60%, cutting 12 million students nationwide out of the program. Speaking to the Seattle Times, the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction estimates 475,000 students could be impacted by the change, calling the move, quote, disastrous and confusing for families. The fears around reduced free school meal access comes as the legislature this year considered expanding the benefit to make it available for all students regardless of age or income.
We talk a lot about academic success, test scores here. We know none of that is attainable if a kid's got issues with being hungry in school.
Some lawmakers question how the state could afford the expansion in light of a projected multi-billion-dollar budget shortfall. Proposals in the Senate and House didn't advance before key deadlines last month, casting a shadow on its chances of becoming law this year. However, the Times reports Governor Bob Ferguson's office is still working with legislators about expanding free meal access, with a spokesperson saying it's especially important in light of proposed federal cuts. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
And turning now to education news, the Union Gap School District Board of Directors has announced their 3 finalists for the district's next superintendent. And this comes after the retirement of Lisa Gredvig, who served Union Gap for 16 years. The finalists vying to replace Gredvig include Miranda Bacha, who's currently the Assistant Director of Instruction and Housing at a high school in Alaska. Also, Dr. Tom Brandt, who currently serves as an Executive Director in Dallas, Texas, that independent school district, and Monty Sabin, who most recently served as Superintendent in the Moses Lake School District. The finalists will visit with the public tomorrow, that's March 12th, and that'll start at 5 p.m. at Union Gap School. In sports news this morning, the Richland Bombers were in Tacoma fighting for the 4A state championship title, and they did it placing first as a team. And that's for the first time ever.
They grew up wrestling at Kaibi, so I wanted to be like them when I grew up.
The Richland Bombers girls wrestling team has only been competing in the division for a few years, but now they're state champions. Jocelyn Chavez, who wrestles in the 155 weight class, says while the victory feels amazing, her season wasn't without challenges.
I was out most of the season due to an injury, so I guess my preparation before matches was getting these girls ready.
As a senior, Chavez took on a leadership role to support her teammates. Savannah Dufault placed second overall in Tacoma, bringing a strong foundation in judo, which she's trained in since she was 8.
Coming into the wrestling, having that background really helped with my body control and body awareness.
Sophomore Amelia Ennis credits her success to the team's rigorous training and dedicated coaching staff.
Our coaches made sure of that. They put us through hard practices, and even though it felt horrible and I wanted to just go home, I appreciate it because it made me a better wrestler.
Junior wrestler Savannah Thorpe, like her teammate Defoe, also has a background in martial arts. She says her experience competing for a state title last year gave her a new mindset heading into this season.
I really had a different perspective going into it this year because I already knew what to expect. So this year I was excited to see my potential and really what I could get to.
Thorpe finished second in her class, while teammate Yanish Sanchez placed third. Wrestling wasn't always in Sanchez's plans, but she was inspired by her brother to take on the challenge.
I never even thought that I would wrestle, so for me to be a part of this and for me to even place that state is really big.
Coaches John Nicasio and Samantha Dufault said they couldn't be more proud of the team's hard work and dedication, leading them to this historic achievement.
It's just so huge. It's history, and it's going to be forever, and it's the first time any MCC girls team has won a state title, and it's just so huge, and I'm so proud of them. I didn't doubt them.
Both coaches say they always believed in this team, and now they can't wait to see their championship banner hung in the gym along other great Richland Bomber teams. Reporting in Richland, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, go Bombers. 5:37, check this out. Washington State University, the Tri-Cities campus, gearing up for this year's Women of Distinction Award ceremony, and they're showcasing the past winners in a special exhibit. Take a look. WSU Tri-Cities Women of Distinction Award, it honors individuals who have made significant contributions to the campus through service, teaching, engagement. University says that those awards recognize those who have worked to advance the status of equality of women.
So far, we've had 49 awardees, and so all are pictured here in the gallery, and we'll have another set of awardees ready to be announced and celebrated on March 27th.
The award was launched in 2017 as a part of a broader initiative from the WSU President's Commission on the Status of Women. The exhibit not only highlights past winners, but also recognizes the impact that they've had on the community. The gallery is located in the CIC building and is open to the public during normal business hours. 5:38 now, and if you recently filed your taxes and discovered that you owe Uncle Sam maybe even a few $1,000s, first take a few breaths. So you do have options, but you do have a few weeks to make a plan before that April 15th deadline. Consumer Reports breaks down what you do if you owe big.
Whether it was your side hustle, selling a home, or your child turned 17 last year, if you're not careful, there are plenty of reasons why you might be in the red and owe on your tax return.
What we do is we address the situation, and we will advise different ways that they can help reduce their tax liability currently, and then moving forward, we make a plan.
That's Marilee Darty. She's a tax preparer who says if you cannot pay when you file, that's okay. You can still file now and try to save the money you owe to pay by April 15th. But what if you don't have all the money by tax day? Pay what you can. Then you have 3 options. Number 1, pay with a credit card. Yes, the IRS takes credit cards on irs.gov. This way, you can avoid IRS penalties and fees.
If they have that opportunity to get a 0 or lower interest rate through their credit card or through their bank or credit union, that is definitely the better way to go.
The IRS offers payment plans if a credit card is not an option. There's an online application. You'll know in a few minutes if you're approved. But keep in mind, you'll pay fees, penalties, and interest. Finally, there's what's called an offer in compromise. This program lets taxpayers make an offer to the IRS on what they can reasonably pay. There's usually a payment plan. If owing was unexpected, review your return and find out why. It might be worth adjusting your tax withholdings on your W-4. Or if you're self-employed and have a 1099, set aside money throughout the year so you're better prepared for next tax season. This is Ashley Prieto.
And if you disagree with what you owe, you can contact the Taxpayer Advocate Service at the IRS. You can also dispute penalties through an appeals process. And just to note, if you do file an extension, the payment deadline is still April 15th. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. It is 5:40 on this Tuesday morning. And when we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. And your first alert forecast was to give you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday Special at A&W.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
You used to love these shoes, but they aren't you anymore. So why not donate them to your local Goodwill? Proceeds from Goodwill sales fund programs that provide specialized training and support for people with disabilities, helping them develop essential workplace skills, promoting inclusivity and empowerment. Job seekers who will one day walk in someone else's shoes, perhaps yours, and proudly share stories about their awesome Goodwill find. When you donate to Goodwill, you'll know the future's in great hands. And shoes. Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
We all have a friend who loves the McDonald's hot, crispy Filet-O-Fish. My friend, you could be that friend.
Friends don't let friends miss buy one, add one for $1 on these classics.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Individuals, couples, and families. You could get a refund of up to $1,290 back on taxes paid last year, as well as refunds for 2023 and 2022. Learn more at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Looking for a new appliance but don't want to wait weeks for delivery? At Fred's Appliance, our Get It Today inventory makes sure you don't have to. Thanks to our fully stocked warehouses, we have a vast selection of appliances ready for you right now. From refrigerators to washing machines, ovens to dryers, you name it, we have it ready to go. No more waiting, no more delays, just the appliance you need when you need it. Fred's Appliance. If we advertise it, we've got it. Visit any of our showrooms and get your new appliance today.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County. These temperatures are going to get up into the 40s and 50s. We'll likely see, well, rain not likely up in this neck of the woods for today, but if showers do start to trickle in, it would be into the afternoon. Rain and snow are going to be much more likely as we head into this evening and then specifically for tomorrow. In the Yakima Valley, A mostly dry day for today. High temperatures getting into the low to mid 50s, winds gusting out of the south and west upwards of 20 miles per hour. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, mid 50s for today. These winds also out of the south and west upwards of 20 miles per hour. I'm thinking will be mostly dry in the basin for today, although we could have a shower or two up towards Connell or Mesa. Then in the Blue Foothills, these highs also in the mid 50s, but will be into the mid to upper 40s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. And these winds also gusting out of the south and west, upwards of 25 miles per hour. Okay, now on to the big picture, the seasonal snowfall deficits and surpluses we've been tracking for all the major basins within our viewing area, and unfortunately still running that deficit in the upper Yakima Basin. We're not running a surplus anymore in the Natchez Basin. We're just breaking even, and we do have some surpluses in the Umatilla and Walla Walla basins, but these are, especially the Walla Walla Basin, this one not that impressive at all. So you can see the Cascades struggling, the Blues, you know, they're doing all right, but I'll show you more snowfall, thankfully, that's on the way over the next week, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes. Now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Weimar. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
At Good Shepherd, we're your primary care providers from the time your baby is born to caring for loved ones in older age. We're with your family every step of the way with specialty services like kidney and heart care, urology, orthopedics, and cancer treatment. We provide the care you deserve close to home. And when life takes an unexpected turn, our urgent care team is here for you 7 days a week because your health can't wait. Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 Wild Edition for just $299 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Now, the morning sprint.
All right, welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and jump right into the forecast. We'll have light snow showers that will arrive in the Cascades around lunchtime, and then rain showers could trickle down into the valleys and basin during the mid to late afternoon, and that's around the same time that snow could start to pick up in the Cascades. Snow will stay likely in the Cascades throughout the night, with small rain chances continuing throughout the night for the valleys. Rain will arrive in the Blue Foothills by the mid-evening. Then rain becomes likely in the basin and foothills around midnight. It's also around midnight in which rain and snow becomes likely in the Blue Mountains. Okay, we'll kind of hold on to that scene through the morning on Wednesday, but around midday, shower chances will also pick up for the valleys. Deeper into the afternoon, we can't rule out some rumbles of thunder in the basin, foothills, or Blues. Then for Wednesday night, snow will stay likely all throughout the night in the Cascades, with a rain-snow mix likely for Blue Mountain passes. And rain chances will also stay elevated for the basin and foothills, but the valleys will dry out a bit closer to midnight. And as more cold air starts to flow into our area, snow levels will drop, which means that snow could start mixing in with rain in the Blue Foothills, specifically near Lexington and Morrow County. That would also be around midnight. A wintry mix is also possible in the Kittitas Valley, but this would be into the wee hours of the morning on Thursday. Okay, here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting from around lunchtime today to the wee hours of the morning on Thursday. Maybe upwards of 6 inches for some of our Cascade passes, but probably less than a couple of inches for our Blue Mountain passes. That takes us through Wednesday. We have more to go for Thursday, another storm system for Friday and Saturday, and another storm system for Sunday and Monday. So first, for the rest of the day on Thursday, perhaps another 4+ inches of snow for a Cascade passes, a couple inches of additional snowfall for a Blue Mountain passes. But this is going to be the main time frame. Friday and Saturday, perhaps a foot plus of snow for a Cascade passes, 4 to 7 inches for our Blue Mountain passes, and then Between Sunday and Monday, Sunday's probably going to be the snowiest of these 2 days, and maybe another 8+ inches of snow for a Cascade Passes, 2 to 4 inches of snow for a Blue Mountain Passes. So very impactful snowfall for a passes, specifically in the Cascades. High temperatures staying seasonal over the next 7 days. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Rain and even some storms likely Wednesday, drier Thursday and Friday, but wet weather picks up again Saturday and Sunday. In Yakima, rain likely tomorrow and rain likely again this weekend as winds pick up. In Ellensburg, rain likely Wednesday, a rain-snow mix possible Thursday and Friday, then rain likely again for Saturday and Sunday as winds become a factor again. In Hermiston, rain and even a few rumbles of thunder for Wednesday. Drier later this week, but wet again by this weekend. Then in Walla Walla, rain and storms likely Wednesday and Thursday, a break for Friday, but back into the action this weekend.
Time now for your morning sprint at 5:50. The top 5 local things you need to know this morning as a homicide investigation is underway after human remains were found in Franklin County have been identified. We're told that the remains are of 30-year-old Haziel Jimenez Caballero. They were found back on October 6th. He was last seen on May 30th of 2023. Franklin County Sheriff's Office now asking for any information that could help them solve this murder.
And the city of Richland is rolling out a new plan to help make the streets safer, and this includes adding 3 mini roundabouts, new signs, an advanced warning system, and new pavement markings. There are 3 phases, with the first being the construction of a mini roundabout at the intersection of Thayer Drive and Williams Boulevard, and this will be closed starting this month and go towards the end of April. And to see more on the other phases, you can head to our website.
Happening today, you can learn more about the future of the Tri-Cities. A panel of experts are set to speak about big developments in the area, and also we'll be discussing some different strategies to help grow local businesses and the community. It all starts at 9 o'clock this morning at the Tri-Cities Business Visitor Center. You can check in, and networking starts at 8:30.
Also happening today, students are planning a walkout at Walla Walla University. Organizers claim the university has openly discriminated against the LGBTQ+ community by not allowing gay students to run for student body president. The walkout is at 10:45 this morning at the administration building, and we'll have a full report about it in our evening newscast tonight at 6.
And Yakima County is inviting the community to give their feedback on homelessness in the Lower and Mid-Valley as they work on the county's policies and programs. There are 2 sessions open to the public. The first is tomorrow at the Law Justice Center in Sunnyside. The second is Friday at Safe Haven Community Center in Toppenish.
Now to your national headlines this morning. The House could vote today on a continuing resolution to keep the government open past Friday's deadline. House Democrats say they'll be united in opposing the plan, and they're pushing their own resolution that does not include the Republican cuts. If the House does pass the resolution, getting it through the Senate could be even harder. And Russia says it was hit by a massive Ukrainian drone attack overnight. This just hours ahead of talks between the U.S. and Ukraine in Saudi Arabia. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz are set to meet President Zelensky and other Ukrainian officials today.
In your business headlines this morning at 5:52, Delta Airlines has slashed its earnings forecast for the first quarter. Carrier said it's due to expected lower demand for domestic travel and amid customers' growing worries about the economy. The company's stock tumbled roughly 13% in the after-hours trading on Monday. And a new study shows employee burnout is hurting American businesses. Researchers found that burnout can cost employees up to $5 million a year in lost productivity, like missed workdays. Some signs of burnout include a drop in performance, missed deadlines, and more mistakes in an employee's work. Researchers say employers may want to focus more on employee health.
Now to your health headlines, more of them. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants the FDA to eliminate a food safety loophole. The rule is called Generally Recognized as Safe, or GRAS, and this allows manufacturers to add certain food additives without approval if they meet specific criteria that experts have deemed safe. It started in the 1990s when the FDA couldn't keep up with the request of approving new additives. Critics say this makes it easy for manufacturers to add other ingredients without any heads up. And also, according to the HHS, the government is no longer accepting orders for free at-home COVID-19 tests. The covidtest.gov website said any orders placed before 5 p.m. Pacific Time Sunday will still be shipped out, and other at-home tests are still available at grocery stores and pharmacies.
5:54 in your sports news this morning. The Buffalo Bills have reportedly signed NFL MVP Josh Allen to a record-setting contract extension. The 28-year-old quarterback will stay with the Bills through 2030. Reports say the deal is for 6 years and $330 million. It's really similar to my contract here. Just kidding. It's a record-setting
to dinner.
For the rest of your life.
Yes.
It's a record-setting $250 million guaranteed. That is the largest guaranteed amount ever given to an NFL player.
All right, trending this morning, Crufts is the world's biggest dog show, and it was held Sunday in England.
All right, the top dog award went to an Italian Whippet. Is it Miucci?
Muccia? I have no idea.
Muccia.
Sounds right.
Muccia? You think that's his name?
You said it with conviction, so that sounds right.
Miuccia.
I like it. Miuccia is 4 years old, and her handler describes her as the sweetest dog.
Aww. And you got to say it with your hands when you say it.
Of course.
She's the first Italian dog to win the coveted Best in Show prize at the event, and the fourth Whippet to win the prize.
And fun fact, about 6 times as many dogs compete at Crufts as the Westminster Dog Show, which is the famed U.S. competition held in New York every year. And you know what? I think my dog back home is the best in show dog, even though she doesn't listen. She doesn't, she tries to grab everything off the table, but she's still
sounds like a
best.
Real gem.
I know, right? Yeah. My cat's kind of the same way.
What about yours? Are you going to enter yours into any contest?
Well, I think everyone thinks their dog is the best. So
they're terrible.
I don't.
That's tough.
I know.
Oh,
I love our dog.
Yeah,
but,
of course, but they're
come on.
Yeah,
it's a dog.
Mine's bad. Yeah.
All right, 5:56. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A winner has been chosen for this month's Volunteers Count contest, and you're going to feel quite inspired after meeting this woman. That surprise and the story all coming up.
Plus, Washington Attorney General Nick Brown files a lawsuit against one county sheriff's office saying they're helping federal officials detain immigrants. And we have the details. It's all coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
We're seeing the arrival of multiple storm systems, including a first alert weather day for Friday through Sunday. I'll tell you who that's for and what the possible impacts could be. So that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.